How y'all doing? Steve McGranahan here. Today, I'm at work, Paramax Capital. Okay, y'all probably see that a lot. So once I'm not like getting leads and giving out $1 million loans, we got downtime. So I'm gonna film for the YouTube channel here at work. But today, I'm gonna go in-depth study on ripping decks of cards. All right, this is how I warm up to rip decks of cards. I take a gripper. Okay, this is number one. It's probably, I don't know, 100 pounds something. It's easy. I don't know. I do between a 1 and a 2. You can find these on the internet places. I'm not going to give a guy an advertisement right now because he ain't paying me. Anyhow, I just take it, warm up with it. I think it's about 120, 140 pounds. I don't know. It's a number one. Anyhow, I just did, I think, over last week with a 167 pound, 0.5 pound gripper. I did it 10 times for probably 30 sets. So my hands are really wore out. So it's going to take a little bit of time of warming up. But what I do is I do probably 40 or 50 of these. My hands feel pretty good. So you'll see on winter workout number 4, where I just like did a ton of these and ripped cards and bent nails and bolts and all that. I'll get into all that stuff later too. But what I do, I'll do some hand stretches, okay? I'll count 10 to 15 seconds of finger. All right, stretching back. You don't try to break your finger off or nothing like that. My hands are cold. It's cold up here in Ohio, where I'm at now, Boardman, Ohio. And what I do is I'll stretch these ligaments. What you want to do with hand strength, okay? Very few people know this, is you want to make your ligaments and your sinew, that's your cartilages and all that stuff, you want to make them like piano strings, okay? You want to make all your ligaments and everything strong, okay? It's don't have much, it's got a little bit to do with muscles, but very little of it. But you want to make, you ever met somebody country strong? We're a wiry guy and everything, been working on a farm for 50 years and he's got a handshake that could drop a bull. That's what you want to make. You want to make your hands and your fingers and your elbows and everything just strong like piano strings. That's the only way I can describe it. And your thumbs, just be careful when you're stretching. Okay, then stretch it in the inside here. Okay, I count it for about, I don't know, till I feel it stretched. I've been doing it for so many years now. So just keep it stretched. And then you'll warm up again on the grippers. I'll probably take 4 or 5 minutes sometimes to do this. Oh, there's a pop, there's a good one here. Key to hand strength is water, all right? And staying away from fake food. It's true. You'll eat like 1,000 hot dogs and then have nitrogen and all this stuff in it. Well, that coagulates in your joints. And I've found the more processed food I eat, the more my joints hurt. The more pure food you eat, I mean, it's obvious. They're digging up bodies now that are preserved just from preservatives. All right, and I'll go back, and it should be a whole lot easier, okay? That's a whole lot easier, yeah. So I'm gonna do an in-depth study today. My fingers are still hurting from the workout on Sunday or Saturday, Thursday and Saturday, yeah. So it was pretty brutal in my basement. I only put clips, warm this up too. This is a good way, get your number 4 gripper, all right, and practice that for crushing nails. I'll get to that later, but this is a great way, just little movements to get real strong. Okay, I can pop my neck, but I am wore out from last week. I think I moved a total of about 70,000 total pounds, but let's go into this right now. All right, simple deck of cards. I get these at Dollar General, all right. the way I started learning. We're gonna start baby steps today. I don't care how long this video is, but we're gonna do baby steps. I take the jokers out because I don't like jokers in my life. But what I used to do, I worked at a kid's prison, okay? And I couldn't rip a whole deck, okay? So I'd take a half, look at that, split that perfectly. That's pretty cool. But I'd take a half a deck of cards, all right? And this is to save money too. I'll go ahead and put the jokers back in here because there are more cards. Anyhow, I'd take it and I'd just rip it in half. Now, the way I rip a deck of cards, I don't know how any other people rip it, but a lot of people don't rip it like that and all. But I just started. This is just the way I found out how to do it. I don't know. Probably going on 20 years now. So I would take my fingers just like this. Thumb away, thumb to you. Thumb away, thumb to you. And I'll turn and I'll match my thumbs, okay? That way you put a rip in the cards, all right? See that little rip? All right, then all I do is just finish ripping in half, opening the jar. Opening the jar, okay? That's all, that's the way I do it. Now, the secret to hand strength and moving objects that don't want to be moved, all right? You have one hand that you can create a vise, all right? If you ever used anything in a vise, you put it, clamp it in a vise, all right? You post it, it's on the table, and then you hammer it out, flatten it, whatever you do. You're creating a vise. This is what this hand is, all right? Now you can vise it on your knee, okay, just like this, and then you can twist it, okay, just like that. There you go, I do it all the time. There, here, and just twist it off because you're vicing that right there. You're holding it, okay, you're ripping in half. This is just a half a deck of cards. I hope my hands will warm up today. I just went out and spent $12 on cards, okay? Rip that. Now, when I was working at YDC, I didn't want to waste money, even though I was making a lot of money, all right? I would take this little bit of cards here, all right, and just keep ripping it, just like this, all the way down the postage stamps. That way you're not wasting money. You can feel it in your arms. You can make these little bitty vice grips you need, okay, right here, and just keep it ripping. You can take half of this, all right, here, and just keep ripping it down, until basically you have nothing left but a bunch of confetti, all right? I did that for probably, I would say, 18 months, okay? When I literally, my hands were unbelievable. When these two pinkies right here get calluses on them, I can destroy anything. That's like, I'm at the top of my training level, all right? Now, here's the other half of the deck, all right? You can do silly little things with it, all right? I would just, right off the bat, okay, this is 20 years ago before everybody was learning how to do this, even though it was an old feat of strength, all right? I would take it and say, oh, let me see if I can rip it long ways, okay? I do the thumb away, thumb to you, okay? And just rip it long ways, right down the middle, okay? They'll fan out a little bit, you'll learn, it just takes time, okay? And then you open the jar again, okay? Clamp, you have a clamp, and then you vise it, okay? Just like that, it's ripping it long ways, right? And then you'll rip that all the way down if you want to get the best out of your buck. I mean, I'm a frugal guy, and you know, that's what I do day in and day out, is deal with money situations. But here it is, here's a real deck of cards, a whole deck. I got the joker in it, okay? Same way, finger away, thumb to you, okay? Poking to you, okay? You're gonna try to match those up. You can see the rip, okay? Just like that, all right? Then all you're gonna do is you're gonna open the jar, just like that. I know it looks easy, but you'll catch on real quick. This is just the way I taught myself, because I didn't have anybody teaching me when I was learning all this. And you take the quarter of the deck and you rip it down too. Clamp the jar, open the jar lid. Just like that, okay? Just like that. All right, taking the jokers out, I don't know, I just do it. here. Now you can start getting fancy, all right? You're doing the same rip, but we're gonna rip a corner out now, okay? All right? Thumb away, thumb to you, okay? Rip it just like that. You're gonna rip it, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the way through, 2/3, I don't know, 1/3, okay? Whatever, all right? You're gonna take this little part here, okay? We're gonna notch it, okay? You make it a little bit bigger if you're not, doing it. All right? Gonna take it here, thumb away, okay? Clamp down, okay? Sometimes this goes crooked, so you just learn and learn. Here, and you're taking the notch out of the cards. Okay, that's a quarter of a deck laying on the ground. And look, you got a redneck play gun here. All right, there you go. Notching a deck of cards. All right, and then you can, this is real easy to do, okay? You're gonna rip this, finish ripping it, okay? Taking it, it's real easy. It literally has a handle on it like a pork chop, okay? I don't know why I think of food all the time, but I do. Okay, here, you just finish ripping it off. There. There. So you just keep piling up cards and piling up cards. Now, here's a little trick I learned, okay? Some people think it's a harder trick, or not, I don't want to say trick, but a harder thing to do, all right? If you're doing this right here, half a deck again, man, I'm getting good at splitting cards, okay? And you're trying to rip it and the cards are slipping, okay? Because they're slippy, especially bite cards that are $5 a pack, whatever. All right, you're gonna take it just like this and look, duct tape, all right? You're saying, oh, that's gonna make it harder and all that. Actually, it doesn't really, okay? This is just Dollar General cheap duct tape. I've done Gorilla Tape and all that, but I'm not spending $15 a roll. Okay, you're gonna take it just like this, and you're gonna wrap it just like that, okay? Just like that. Now, the top card and the bottom card, it can't slip, okay? It can't slip. So you have a fixed object inside of a thing, okay, a cylinder, whatever we're gonna call it, a fixed object, all right, it can't slip and slide, okay? Now and you have a little bit of resistance, so you're trading one for the other, okay? Here it is, you'll hear it rip, see how much easier that was, okay? Just rip it, just keep ripping it, and that way the top and the bottom card ain't ripping. Pretty cool, huh? And it looks a lot harder. Now, it can be harder, depending on the duct tape you're using and that, and that's what you do, and then you rip it down more and more and more. There. So that's a good way to train. Now, a real good way to train to get stronger and stronger, this is real easy. Remember those joker cards we took out? You put joker cards in. Then you put the half a deck that you did, and you just add a few cards at a time. I don't know, I guess that's about an extra suit. I don't know here. Let's put an extra suit and a few other cards in there, okay? So I think that's roughly, I don't know, 65, 68 cards, okay? Take the same way, okay? Here. Put a hole in it, just like that. And look, and you just got stronger. See how it adds up? And you just keep adding it up. See the different cards in there I had? The blue cards versus the red cards. Okay? Put a whole nother suit in there. And you just keep ripping and tearing away. I think I can rip this in a quarter. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna save my fingers. I really am, I'm gonna save them. All right, so you just keep doing that and keep doing that and keep doing that. Now, you do the exact same way when you're ripping them, okay, long ways, okay? Whole deck, I'm gonna take the jokers out, just like that, a full deck, okay? Now you can wrap duct tape around it or not, anyhow, all right? These are gonna slide a whole lot more, all right? Because they'll just slide away just like that. So it's real tough. So it really does work your fingers out really, really hard, okay? Okay, here we go. It's getting slippy again. And here. Long ways. Okay? And then you just, it's easier this way because see, you have more leverage on the cards. And the way the grain runs on the cardboard or the plastic, it's actually easier once you get going. Now, here's the number one problem, all right, with ripping that way, okay? With ripping the way I do, okay? You'll find out when you get into the bicycle cards and that, all right? When you rip it like this, all right, just like that, and you go to ripping it like this, you're gonna find a point that runs straight through the cards where the cards won't rip. And you're sitting there and you're cranking it and cranking it and cranking it and cranking it. That's when you use the vise like on your knee or your leg, all right? Just like this, okay? And it'll keep that middle part from crinkling, all right? And you just take it just like this and just open the jar, all right? Create that vise, create that vise, create that vise, all right? If this doesn't slip, then this can use all the power being forced to the object, okay? That's a big thing I learned when you're getting into card ripping and stuff like that. It's just habit. I'll just rip it all the way down anyway now here. Fingers are a little bit on fire now, all right? Now, ripping them in your teeth. A lot of people are learning how to do it. I'm showing JT Soward. Okay, he's a strong man. He was on the world's strongest man. He's learning how to rip it in his teeth. Do not use used cards for your teeth. And you say, why? They have germs, okay? Germs are bad. I've got a lot of flus, people going, oh, here, rip this card in your teeth. I'm going, no, rip it, and I catch a cold or a flu because somebody like, rubbing it on the cards, all right? Same way, the mandible is one of the strongest vices in the human body, okay? This right here, okay? The way this happened, all right? I got this shoulder surgery, okay? Did the labrum rotator cuff and got rid of some bone spurs in there. I couldn't rip decks of cards. So Tommy Heslip, which is the guy who's got one of the strongest right hands in the world, he closed the number 4, and we bounce ideas back off each other. He said, hey, why don't you rip it in your mouth? And I went, great idea, Tommy. All right, so all I did was I started with a half a deck. Okay, whoops, almost got it again. Okay, put it in your teeth. Now, your canines and your front teeth, they're not strong, okay? Mine are, but they're not strong. You want to get it into the molar section. I know this sounds stupid in that, but once you learn how to do this, it's a great feat of strength, especially if you're doing strongman shows, okay? Well, all the way, see how far back it is? All right, bad thing about this, you're gonna get paper cuts right there. It's just part of the gig, part of the show, but I say don't let people, devour stuff out of your life during my show. Here, see that rip? Got that little rip? Right here. You're taking your thumb where your other thumb would be, okay? And then you grab it, just like that, and you rip it. Ta-da! Got some DNA on there, if you want to multiply me. So that's what you do, okay? With the mandible rip, okay? Just take your all leftover cards and just keep ripping them down, all right? You can do duct tape like that. I've actually done it in a show with duct tape on it. Now, when you start getting really, really strong at this, you leave it in the pack. All right, I've taken all the cellophanes off of these because it's just habit. Oh, here's one with cellophane. There you go. It's got cellophane on it. All right. When you get really, really strong, I'm feeling pretty warmed up now. We're 20 minutes into this. So you're going to take it just like this, or you can start it within the pack. Okay. And you're going to rip it. That. Yeah, I'm getting warmed up now. All right. Do the exact same way. Did you hear that crack? All right. This equals about, I don't know, probably about, I don't know, 70 cards. I don't know. You're going to take it just like that in your vise again. And rip it. Then you can rip it in half again. There. Yeah, I'm getting pretty warmed up now, so we might be putting on a show here in a little bit. And quarters in the pack. Cellophane. All right, same way. Now you're going to try really, really hard to pop the cellophane. I did this. This is how I got on the day or audition for the Leno or David Letterman show. He was like, "Can you do that again?" I pulled out it was a pack of bicycles in the cellophane. I was like, "Yeah, I can do just about anything." So in the cellophane, brand new, okay. And it'll rip before the cellophane breaks. That's what's so cool about this, okay? It'll rip before the cellophane breaks. Okay, did you hear the pop? You hear the pop? All right, that's what you want. And you just rip it with the cellophane on it. Pretty brutal looking too. But the crackles and the sound, the audiences love this stuff, all right? When it crackles and pops, they're like, "Oh, wow, that's cool, everything," okay? So that's what you do. And then when they get better, you wrap that in duct tape. So you just keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. So, all right, what I'm gonna try to do for you right now is something that a lot of people are getting to the level of now, okay? Taking the jokers out, that's what I do. Okay, 2 decks of cards, all right? I'm gonna put them together. Oops, there we go. Now, I don't know if I can get this now or not, but here we go. 2 decks of cards. I'm gonna try to do it without it on my leg. There we go. No, it's not gonna work today anyhow. There we go. We're good and warmed up today. Here. There you go. 2 decks at one time. Now, the trouble when you do multiple decks of cards, all right? Right in the middle, they want to separate. Want to go this way, want to go this way, and then you'll have a line straight across. You got to line that line up before you can continue, okay? It's just something weird about it, all right? That was a pretty good feat of strength there. I think the most I've done in my teeth when I was practicing for the Jay Leno show, I think I did 90 in my teeth. I have no idea what I can do today, and I don't feel like going to chiropractor finding out. But anyhow, and I have ripped that into quarters. But, okay, I went through about $9 worth of cards. Here's the mess that you make every time you work out. Okay? The guy talking in the background is my boss, so he can do what he wants to because he owns the place. So that's what you do to rip decks of cards. If y'all have any questions, comment below. Hit the notification, okay? I want to get this out to people and teach people because I'm 50, be 56 in March. So I want to teach a lot of this stuff to a lot of people to carry on the tradition of strongman. So this is what we do. This is what I do. And here's a pack here. Let's do some more. While we're all warmed up here. My hand should be failing pretty soon here. In the pack, no cellophane. Okay, here. In duct tape. It just makes it look a lot cooler. I did this for, who's that guy that used to do Street Magic? Not David Blaine, but the other guy. I did it for his manager in Vegas. And he wrapped it and wrapped it and then wrapped it and wrapped it. And I was like, oh, and it was tough. But I did it for him. So it's pretty cool. So here it is, pack in the deck. There it is right there. Got the little wrap. There it is. It looks cool, but it keeps that outside package together. So, I mean, it's basically endless of all this cool stuff. So I'm probably going to put a nail bending video on here and just a bunch of other stuff and give you some tips on how to do that and make your fingers really strong. And y'all take care. Hit the notice above. Tell your friends, share this stuff. It's a great party, favor that you can go during, events. You carry park and say, hey, here, do me a favor. Here, cut the deck. And they go, what do you mean? I go, and they'll cut the deck like this. And they'll think you're going to do a magic trick, and they'll cut the deck. And you go, no. You want to see how strongman cuts the deck of cards? And you just take it just like this. And you rip it in half. And you rip it in quarters, and you hand it to people, and you get a nice ice-breaking thing. And you might find your wife doing that way. Steve McGranahan, doing some strongman feats of strength for you. Like I said, hit the notification up there. Put in comments below. You want me to answer some questions? I tried to go live today, but I guess I don't have Prime or what is it called? Chrome download or whatever. Anyhow, talk to you later. Thanks for enjoying my channel. Share it with your friends. Steve McGranahan. Love you guys. Bye.